Welcome to Australia's Crown Melbourne, where the world's top poker players have gathered to play in the Southern Hemisphere's premier poker tournament. This is the Aussie Millions. Last time on the Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational, a familiar face made his presence known at the table.
I'm gonna start playing some hands now.
But it was Patrick Antonius who once again owned the action.
You can always rebuy.
And the defending Aussie Millions champ continued to struggle.
I almost had that beat.
Tonight, a couple new players joined the game. One, an up-and-coming superstar, ready for the bright lights.
If I was nervous or intimidated playing them, it'd probably be because I think they're better than me.
And a familiar face who promises to bring fireworks again.
That's it, you're my hero. Barbecued everybody.
Who would I want to watch on TV? I like to watch Mike the Mouth Matuso. I'd like to watch Phil Hellmuth. Give me the colourful character that can play rather than the statue.
Tonight, superstars, young blood, and local flavor play with a fortune in cash at stake. This is the Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational. And we welcome you to Australia's Crown Melbourne, the home of the 2008 Aussie Millions. Tonight's action just about to get underway. I'm Barry Tompkins alongside the Professor of Poker, Howard Lederer. And Howard, let's meet the players.
Well, on seat one, we have one of the world's best young players, Patrick Antonius, and he's our big winner so far in this year's cash game.
And next to Patrick in seat number two, one of poker's hottest young internet players, 21-year-old Tom Dwan. He goes by the screen name Durr.
And in seat three, Masaki Kagawa. He's down already over 100,000.
Tony G, the Australians, in seat four, 2005 Euro poker champ.
And Billy the Croc Argyros in seat five. He lives here in Melbourne, Australia. He's going to be bringing all that local flavor to the game.
Next to him, Gus Hansen, our returning champion from last year's Aussie Millions main event.
And Brandon Adams actually teaches a course in game theory at Harvard.
And in seat 8, Elliot Lesra, the multi-million-dollar Vegas businessman, plays in a lot of the world's highest stakes games. And here are the rules for tonight's game. No limit Texas Hold'em's the game. Players can buy in for any amount, and they can come and go as they please. Every chip represents an actual Australian dollar amount, currently worth about 90 cents to the U.S. dollar. Taking a look at our standings to start out, Patrick Antonius beginning with a sizable stack at almost $250,000. Tony G is in the black, Hansen, Kagawa, and Alezra in the red. Three players joining the action with fresh stacks. And with that, the action begins. The blinds 600 and 1,200 with a $200 ante.
And those blinds are up from last week's 400 and 800.
Action folding around to Gus Hansen with an ace-jack. And he's going to raise it up to 4,800.
Brandon Adams picking up a pair of tens. He's probably going to at least call. Yes, he does call.
And now Elliot Lesra looking at a little pair himself. And he too will call. Antonius squeezing out a king-9 suited. Howard, is this the kind of hand that you'd be inclined to play into a raise?
Well, he's got a rather impressive pile of chips. He's certainly not going to throw away a hand like king-9 suited.
He makes the call. Tom Dwan folds, and Kagawa looking at a little pair. And he will call.
So five-handed already. Let's see if Tony G's... Yep, he's got ace-queen. He's going to at least call.
I'm thinking about it. Can't be that bad.
He could be thinking about a raise here to thin out the field.
Tony, if you're folding, let me play your cards.
I can't fold. I'd like it.
And Tony G says, I can't fold, and sure enough, he makes the call.
Well, six-handed to the flop.
I was going to push as well. I was going to fold and push. It's trying to work out.
So here is the flop. Jack 8-4, couple of diamonds on the flop.
Well, for a six-handed flop, not much improvement. Only Hansen improves his hand. He makes top pair with top kicker, but there are no big draws out there against him. It's been checked around, and Gus checks also. He's going to wait and see what develops behind him.
Patrick.
Brandon checks. It's been checked around to Patrick, who also checks. It's a check flop.
And a 7 of clubs on the turn.
Well, Hansen's still with the best hand. Top pair with an ace. Adams with a gut shot straight draw now. Alezra with a gut shot as well. But Antonius with a gut shot and a flush draw. Let's see what Hansen does.
So a check around to Hansen.
Well, we'd expect him to fire here. Got to put a little pressure on these potential draws.
22.
And he bets 22,000. So Brandon Adams with a pair of tens and a gut shot straight draw will think about this. And he folds.
Good lay down by Brandon.
Elezra likewise folds.
Antonius. Big draw here. He could raise on the semi-bluff. Now it looks like he's just going to call.
Kagawa will get out of the way.
I'll pass.
Now Tony G. And he also folds.
This pot suddenly 74,000.
And a club on the river, so Antonius completes his flush.
Well, Patrick continues his good run here. He's going to win another nice pot.
And a check from Gus Hansen to Antonius.
Well, who's just trying to figure out how much can he bet to get paid off here. Well, and he's reaching for enough chips to put Gus all in. Gus is sitting there with about 43,000 in front of him. It's a tough spot. Definitely felt like he had the best hand on the turn. Did Patrick call with a flush draw? Or is he trying to bluff him here?
All right, I call.
Well, there's your answer. And Antonius shows the flush, and he will win and win big.
That's like so
Gus Hansen, needless to say, not happy with himself for making that play, and meanwhile, the rich get richer.
donkey.
You're no donkey, you're the champ.
I'm a donkey.
So as Gus is forced to rebuy, we'll see if the Great Dane can come back when we come back.